What's up, everyone? All right, well, today I'm red on 2 out of 3 stocks, but it's my 39th consecutive green day, and I'm up $12,000. The one that I'm up on, I'm up $13,900. The two that I'm red on, one is $179, the other is like $1,500. It's negligible, it's no big deal. The losses are small, the winners are big, good profit-loss ratio, decent accuracy in total, although broken up by names, I'm only green on 1 out of 3. So, you know, there are other days where I'll be green on like 4 out of 4 stocks I trade, or 5 out of 5, or 8 out of 10, or something like that. And today just wasn't one of those days. Today was a day where we had one that was moving. It was PIXI. It was up 110% into the gap pre-market, solid action, news at 8 a.m. The combination of news plus dead cat bounce gave us a squeeze from like $14 up to about $28 a share. Boom, can't complain about that. So got green, shut it down, and that's the name of the game for me right now. I'm still behind my goal on the year. Many of you guys know this, I've said it very openly. I set an aggressive goal for myself at the beginning of the year. I've had to adjust that goal down, but even to hit my adjusted goal, I need to be very consistent over the next 3.5 months. I'm doing well so far in September. I'm at about 45% of my monthly goal, and it's September 9th or 8th. So I'm in good shape there. I can't complain about that, but I need to keep my head down and need to stay focused, because just being up 44,000 on the 100K goal for the month, that's great. I still have $360,000 to go to get to where I want to be by the end of the year. So this isn't the time to start taking aggressive, high-risk trades. It's not the time for Hail Mary passes. I need to keep my head down, stay focused on 5,000 a day. Hey, if during the pre-market session we have something really ripping and I get myself to up 10 or 15 grand, that's awesome, but I'm not gonna sit here and trade all day and expose myself to unnecessary levels of risk. I'm gonna trade pre-market in the opening range and shut it down. Now, once I cross over $1 million on the year, I'm at about 650 right now. So when I cross over $1 million on the year, meaning I've made the extra 350,000 that I have to get to the $1 million goal, once I hit that $1 million, then I can start to take a little more risk. I can start to take some trades and kind of let them work because I've hit my minimum goal. But right now, I'm still behind the ball, so I've got to stay focused, stay disciplined. And I'm sure for a lot of you guys, and you may be in a similar case, a similar situation where you're behind, where you set yourself as a goal for the year where you thought you would be, and maybe you're red on the year. To get back to green, you've got to keep your head down and stay consistent. So that's what it's about. 39 green days in a row. That's because I'm being really, really ruthless about just walking away with smaller profits. Am I leaving money on the table? I probably am, but it feels better to leave money on the table when you walk away with money in your pocket. Giving back profit right now doesn't feel so good. So that's what I'm doing. We're gonna break it down during the recap. I hope you enjoy it. Reminder, as always, trading is risky. My results are not typical. So please take it slow. Don't try to blindly follow me or anyone else. You've got to practice and learn the strategy. Practice in a simulator before you put real money on the line. Also want to congratulate Hermang, latest student to cross over $1 million in profit. He's the 11th trader at Warrior Trading to verify $1 million in profit. So super proud of him. No, his results are not typical, neither are mine. We don't track the typical result of traders in our community, so there's no reason for us to say that you're more or less likely to succeed if you learn from me. Please take it slow, but we are going to congratulate those who find that success, because it is phenomenal. So great job, Hermang, latest student to cross over $1 million. We'll do an interview, a podcast, we'll upload it soon. And if you didn't already check out my podcast that I uploaded yesterday, 5 beginner mistakes to avoid, check that out. All right, let's get into the recap. All right, so I'm gonna do my recap here. It's about 10 a.m. and really haven't done much in the last 30 minutes. I was up about 12,400 at the end of pre-market, added some profit on PIXI, gave back a little on SHPH, and in net, I lost 400 in the last 30 minutes. So I've kind of stalled out here, and I'm not really making much more profit, and that for me is a indicator to step back and walk away. Now, of course, it's early, and some traders would take the approach of just hanging tight and keep sticking with it. But I'm pretty content with hitting $12,000 in about 2 hours of trading. I feel like I've done enough. I don't feel like I really need to make more than that. So I'm going to take the money off the table and try to do it again tomorrow. Today's my 39th consecutive green day. I'm on a nice hot streak, and I'm at about 45% of my goal for the month of September. My goal is 100 grand, 25,000 a week, and I'm at 45% of that, and today's September 8th. So I'm in great shape on the month. I have a good shot at not just hitting my monthly goal of 100, but breaking it. And then I can start to get into the month of October. Now, my goal right now is to make another $400,000 between now and the end of the year. So the sooner I hit that goal, the sooner I'll feel like I have a cushion to start to take a little bit more risk and to start being a little bit more aggressive and to start taking a couple trades and really letting them work, letting them roll. I'm just not there yet. I'm a little behind where I wanted to be on the year, but 400,000 between now and the end of the year will help close the gap to my adjusted goal of $1 million. So I'm sitting at about 600. I could pull up my trader view stats here. Let's see. I've got them up on this screen. So, by the way, new podcast episode was released yesterday. 5 mistakes for day traders to avoid. All right. So check that out if you guys haven't already. And thank you guys, all of you out there who have left a review or a rating. Those are awesome. Thank you guys for doing that. So over on Trader View, let's see. Yeah, I've imported Thursday and Friday, so I didn't import anything yet for this week. But on the year in net, I'm at 653. In gross, I'm at 814, but net is after fees and commissions, so I'm at 650. So I've really got 350,000 to go to cross $1 million, but we'll just call it 100 a month. And anyway, so that's where I'm at right now. That's the goal that I set for myself. And although maybe I could hit it by taking 10,000 shares of something like SHPH and holding it until it goes back to $100 a share, that would be a bit of a lottery ticket. And I can't afford to take lottery tickets. I can't afford the risk of those losses. I need to just keep my head down and keep hitting base hits. 5,000 a day, that's the goal. That's 25,000 a week. That has me on track for 100,000 a month. And if I can do that consistently, I'll be at 400K profit in these next 4 months and over $1 million on the year. So, that's the goal that I'm set for myself. Happy to see some of you guys doing so well today. Benzie, 7,600. Jorge, 11,000 on PIXI. That's great. So good job for those of you guys that have locked up some profit. Good job for those who have kept losses small and have managed risk. That's great to see. We had some great opportunities today, right? Now, I overstayed my welcome maybe a little bit. You never know. SHPH, it looks again like we could get a trade here through 39, but what keeps happening is that right there. It ascends to that level and then rejects. And I don't like that. I don't like that price action. So I took a dip and rip on SHPH on resumption of the halt and lost 179 bucks on it. No big deal, really. Rivian, I took a trade on this pre-market news with Mercedes-Benz, bought it at 38.29, filled 1 penny off high a day. That was really high. It dipped down. I added off of 37 and then cut the losses. It broke 37, lost with 2,000 shares, about 75 cents a share. So kind of a bummer on that one, but I just was trying to ride that algo spike and it didn't keep going. But PIXI, I got some good trades on, although I did get stuck. I was holding 150 shares at like 27, halted down at 24.30, added 1,000 on the resumption, and it halted down. So I was stuck with 1,100 shares in a halt down with the 23.50 average. And it was showing a $20 resumption, which would have been $3,000 red. I added again on resumption and got back out for a $200 loss or something like that. The loss was manageable. It wasn't that bad, but maybe it was 700. In any case, I did take a loss on it, and it was kind of disappointing that we got these 2 really dramatic halts down. The second one was on pretty light volume also, but what goes up comes back down. And so let's look at PIXI in a little bit more detail. So this is the one that I did the best on today. For reference, it was our leading gapper in the market. gapping up 110%, priced at 20 right now, I guess. 7 million shares of volume, float is 30 million shares. So the float says it's a little higher, but this one was a recent reverse split earlier last week. And on that day, it went from $20 or $15 to $44 a share. I didn't trade it. It went crazy. But a lot of traders did catch some of this move, which was wild. And when it started to pop up today, initially, I just thought, oh, okay, well, it's a dead cat bounce. This was at 755. It goes up to 1550 and then squeezes here up to 1785. And I traded it on this second candle here, the second 5-minute candle, but with small shares. And I think my first trade I made like $300. My second trade I made 500. Got myself to up 1,000, then got myself to up 2,000 and 3,000. Which was pretty good. And then interestingly, at 8 a.m., just after it started squeezing, news came out. So that's kind of interesting. Made me think that someone knew about the news ahead of time. So news comes out. All right, well, it had already started moving. So now you've got a combination of dead cat bounce and you have news. And I thought, okay, well, we've got dead cat bounce and news. I think we should be probably continuing to watch this. So I bought the dip off volume weight average price around 1675, 1680. And we got a really nice squeeze here back through 1785 and up here through 19. That put me in the green, up about 5,000 on the day through the daily goal. We got consolidation here, extension, and then it pulled away, rode that momentum. I was doing pretty much scalp trades, buying high, selling higher, getting in, getting back out. I wasn't over trading it really at that point, and I wasn't taking big positions, but just sort of jumping in, jumping out. And I got myself to up about 9,000. And that was peaking when we squeezed here up through this level. I actually thought that this was a short right up here. I was like, okay, it's extended. The high was 2170. I think it's a short. I think it's done to the long side. And it pulls back, and I was like, yep, okay, it's pulling back. So I wasn't interested. And then all of a sudden, right here, it pops up here to 2198. It goes to 22, and I was like, whoa, it seems like it's going. So I said, you know what? I'm thinking that anyone who shorted that right there on that red candle, the red shooting star candle, is probably going to end up covering. And so as we started seeing more volume, I was like, okay, I guess I'm going to jump in. It is extended, but I jumped in for the break at 2250. It goes up to 23. It goes up to 24. It hits a high of 2550. So I took my profit into that move. Then we had a sharp pullback, and I thought, okay, blue line, that right there marks the front side of the move. This is the back side. It's probably done. Well, all of a sudden, right here, it's back to new highs, 2643. And on those trades, I got myself from up 9,000 to up 10 and 11 and 12. Then at the open, we got this red to green squeeze into a halt up. I didn't trade it. I was a little nervous. But on resumption, I did a dip and rip and made, I don't know, I got in at 2680. We hit a high of 2780, so I made like $600-700 on that. But then I was still holding 125 shares into the halt down. Added to 1,100 shares, was unrealized minus $3,000, and then added another 1,000. Got the pop back up here to 2288, and got out of that for a relatively small loss. But it kind of canceled out these two trades. Whatever I made, I gave back on that trade. And at that point, I was like, all right, well, I think I'm done with it. It's pulling back, and it's below VWAP, so whatever. I'm going to let it go. So that was PIXI, and it only takes one. And I was impressed that we got that nice of a move. I see some traders looking at BIAF. So BIAF, possible bottom bounce. Yep, so that's a nice one. I like the look of that. You're in a wedge. Breakout would be through 630. So nice ascending wedge. Well, pretty centered wedge there. So that looks nice. I'm curious to see, it's been such a funny stretch that we've been on with these recent IPO stocks. Some of them, like JZ, just isn't really bouncing. It's surprising. And then others, you're getting some nice bounces. SHPH, phenomenal bounce. You know, and there it does go up to 40.29. But, you know, yesterday this one went from 24 to 48, 46, 47. I mean, that was impressive. 3 halts in a row. But why are some opening up so nicely and others are more difficult? And that I'm not totally clear on. So I'm not really sure, but trying to just book profit, be consistent, get green, and not overstay my welcome. Because right now, like I said, I've got to keep my head down. I've got to keep locking up 5,000 a day to stay on track for crossing over 1 million by the end of the year. A little behind where I want to be, so I don't have the cushion to take a lot of risk. I just have to be disciplined. So that means perhaps leaving money on the table, but trying to consistently walk away with profit in my pocket. So I'm gonna try to do that again today. Log out, shut down the charts, and not look at things again till tomorrow. Good job for those that keep trading. Good job for those that locked up some profit this morning. I'll see you guys right back here first thing tomorrow morning. I hope you really enjoyed that video, and make sure you hit the thumbs up and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Our goal is to hit 1 million subscribers this year, but we won't get there without your help. So please, please, please hit that subscribe button.